Okay, 1 second, let me get everything else set up. I scaled things a little too big apparently, and nothing like that. So hopefully I can get everything. Okay, that's back. Okay, I'm gonna try that again without the VTuber avatar. And to ridiculously scale back. Yeah, I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm gonna try to make sure that I set all my graphic settings to the worst possible, so I can try to load this. Hopefully it'll work. But I very well may just have to accept that this may not be showable on stream. I might just have to accept that. I did not realize that the issue would persist to as bad as it is. I'm also gonna try not to do it. It caused a graphics driver crash when I tried to load it in. So it also crashed, frickin' Streamlabs when I tried to load it in. Okay. Quality preset. Low. Okay. Let's hope that this, let's hope that works. Continue game. Hopefully it doesn't crash the, hopefully it doesn't crash the graphics driver again. I didn't anticipate it to do that. Oh well. I mean, worst comes to worst, I just have to, I know that there's a way to export, export things into other software, so, in theory, I could probably export the, visual model off stream onto, like, export that 3D model and then play it in Blender. I know that there's a way to do that. I don't quite remember how, but I can probably try that and see if that'll work. But hopefully trying to run low graphics and not running the VTuber avatar will give enough capacity that I don't crash the graphics card. But yeah, I might have overscaled things just a bit as the crashed graphics card proves. Alright, let's see. Do I have everything crashed? No, it loads this time. Yay! Let me quickly, just time of day offset. There we go. So this is what I worked on. Welcome to a regiment of oh god, is this issues right? This causing issues with the bitrate. Okay. Okay. That's unfortunate. I'll have to handle that elsewhere. Okay. There really isn't much more I can change, is there? Does remote processing work? Give me a little bit more bitrate. I'm gonna try scaling this down to 20. That is This is janky as shit. This is real bad. But hopefully it'll actually allow audio to process. Okay. But through the really bad thing, you can see the, yeah, the scale of one squad, which then, when it leads into a platoon, has 4 squads, and then a kind of commanding squad. That commanding squad is 2 fire teams of 5 instead of the usual 3 fire teams of 4. And then when it moves up to, I believe it's the core, there are 5 of those 5 of those platoons. And then those have a 45-person kind of command section. And then when it moves from the core to the battalion, you get 3 of those, 3 of the cores, and those have a 48-person command section. And then when it moves from battalion to regiment, it's 3 of those battalions, which have a command section of, if I remember right, 400 members. Which are consist with the command section of 3 3 platoons of wait, no, that would be 3 cores of people made up of 3 12-person squads. So yeah, there's quite a significant there. And to show off the skill of the army, this platform by 10, there is the accumulative square that I have made, which is 4 large blocks, right? The scale of this ship in comparison to all the rest of this is, if I just move all the way back here, let's get you off of the ground. Let's place it in. And the scale of the army from this Corvette is a rather sad one. I believe all in all, the number of those target bounties that I have placed down in this spot is a grand total of 570. So, yeah, I'm gonna go now just delete that one and reset everything and do everything else needed to delete that object. Yes, we have this army bit, which honestly is better even when I'm playing by myself. So yeah, let me quickly fix my display back to my actual display scale. Good. Yes. And then we'll exit. No. Alright. Yeah. So that was the effect of all of what I have managed to do, is that massive scale of things. I worked quite a bit yesterday to set that up, and alright, and now I think we'll get started on the reactions, so we're just gonna go over to avatar screen. Yes. Okay, I need to finish getting everything else set up. Okay. Good, those are all set up. Now I need to set up my VTuber. Now that my computer should hopefully not be screaming at me as much. Alright. Now that that's all said and done, I can finish the rest of this. Wait, what? Oh, okay, that's... Yeah, okay. That's all that was. Okay. And yeah, that was quite a large scale in action. Okay. And now I believe it is time for reactions. Let me just let me refresh that. There we are. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Good. Alright. Hopefully everything's balanced again. Oh shit. Alright. Alright. So we have this. For the start of the reactions. That started immediately. We're gonna get rid of the comments here. Alright. So this is a special live stream, so we'll begin with this as the reaction start, and then I think Naresh has a couple of others for us to get to later. So,
下面就让我们身临其境，一起来看看旅行小记里记载的内容吧。
So, alright, let's see what we got here.
我们现在跟随安吉丽娜来到了一个移动采矿平台——黄昏突进号。
Oh yeah, I should just remember to do this. I always forget to change this. There we are. Good. Oh wait, what? Is there another one of these? Oh, that's what that was. Okay. Good. Alright. Good. That's all set up. Now we're properly marked and just chatting, so alright. Yeah, we're gonna get to the reactions. No captions here, so alright.
经过长途跋涉，大家都有些疲惫了，需
Fortunately,
要
I
找
get to
地
work
方休
just
息。
on purely visuals. Unfortunately. Well, everything looks pretty
我
cool.
们先跳到后面，来看看借宿的结
Very
果如何
bright,
吧。
which is actually keeping my attention and keeping me a little bit more alert than I might have otherwise been. So that's pretty good. I just noticed the character thing in the bottom
也别忘了劳逸结合，休息一会儿，或是在平台上四处转转，说不定会碰到有趣的东西呢。
Like a pair of ski goggles on it. That one had a different object on the box, but
哎，我看到了，物资箱。
that one was a hat on a box.
哎，还有这个会飞的小家伙
It's like some sort of monitor on a box. It's pretty odd,
这么
but
可爱的小
alright.
动物，能不能养一只啊？
Oh, and that character's riding on like a little
不如我们把目光收回来，先来跟伙伴们打个招呼。
interesting.
说得对。那么接下来就让我们重新认识一下
I
这位
assume
陪伴
it's
我
like a
们多年
blade
的老
edge,
朋
so
友
that'd be
安吉
sort
丽
of like a
娜。
halberd.
经过常年的历练，安吉丽娜已经从一名
Pretty
青涩的少
interesting.
女成长为能够独当一面的信使。在训练中，安吉丽娜也逐渐掌握了自
I
身
guess
的
it
力
would
量。
be like a
现在的
halberd
她已经能够
or
熟练运用自己的原始记忆，
oh, I
从
forgot
容
the
应
name
对
of
各种
the
战斗。
雨苑安吉丽娜是
like
特种中的群空者，
Japanese
起
pull
飞后
sword
能够
on
阻挡
a
2个飞
stick.
行敌人。相信博士们都还记得安吉丽娜标志性的反重力能
It
力
is
吧？
definitely, I think,
随着不断的
supposed to
成
be
长，
more like
她对
a
重力的操控也愈发
like
娴
an
熟。
axe
天
from
赋一，漂浮大地之上。
from
雨
Europe.
安吉丽娜
but
只要处于起飞状态，就会使攻击
instead
范
of
围内的敌
that,
人
but
持续失重。
an
这
interesting
种状态能更
idea.
好的触发天赋一后续的法
Sort of
术
like
增伤
the
效果，
like
也
the
为后续技
not
能的控制效
halberd,
果
but
创造了条件。此外，与安吉丽娜每次
With a
攻击还会额外
two-handed
造成一定比例的
poleaxe.
法术伤害，保证了应对不同抗性敌人时的打击能力。
All right.
天赋2，天穹间的舞步。只要雨
This
苑
is
安吉丽
definitely
娜在
interesting
场，
to see.
场上所有处于起飞状态的干员都能获得攻击力提升，而且在阻挡敌人时还能每秒回复生命值。也就是说，雨苑安吉丽娜可以作为起飞类编队的核心，强化所有起飞干员的输出和生存能力。
Yeah,
再来看看
these are
技能
very
方面，
interesting to see.
一技能急速送达是一个被动类技能，可以让
I
雨
do have
苑安吉丽
very
娜在
little
部署后
understanding
就
what's
立即
going
处
on
于
right
较为
now,
安
but
全的起飞状态。这个技
Alright,
能
so
拥有
that's
被动
showing
技
off
能
the
中
character's
首缺一
fighting
指的持续
abilities.
时
Okay.
间，能让雨安吉丽娜长时间起飞，攻击范围也会扩大，能够配合天赋一让一定范围内的敌人失重。
2技能重力自定义，开启后，雨苑安吉丽娜立刻向前方滑翔起飞，
Okay,
滑
so
翔
that's
期间
kind
处
of
于无
a
法选
fighting
中状态，
ability.
类似麒麟2夜刀的3技能。
Very
同时，雨
interesting.
苑安吉丽娜将会使滑翔掠过的地面敌人浮空，而空中敌人则会被附地。滑翔结束后，雨苑安吉丽娜起。
Did you end up seeing any of the massive army or? The regiment of a total of 3,572 men. I might have scaled a little large.
飞，并且可以同时攻击数个目标，实现高额爆发的对群法术输出。
这里说的附地是一种全新的异常状态，处于空中或近地悬浮的敌人，当遭受附地时，会被强制降落到地面，视为地面单位。期间
Yeah, she had become an airborne stunner and slower and no. Okay. I might have to look at that again once this is done, but I will also have to change quite a bit to be able to make it visible. But if I do show it again, it'll definitely be at the very end of stream because, yeah, the last time it caught when I tried to load it with like full graphics and full display settings, it crashed my graphics driver. Which is why the stream ended, because it crashed the graphics driver, crashed the game. Luckily, it didn't also crash the computer, but it crashed the game, crashed Streamlabs, and caused my main Edge display, Microsoft Edge display, to my main Microsoft Edge tab to also need to be refreshed. So we'll try that at the end.
仍然可以攻击，也就是说，原本只能由对空干员
It
处
might
理
break
的
shit
敌
again
人，现在不仅能够被地面干员阻挡
if
和
I
攻
tried
击
to，open it
而且
now.
还能受到一些只会施加给地面敌人的负面效果。
哎，那如果飞行敌人被附地到坑洞中，岂不是
Okay, so it's a
更
slow,
多关
and
于附
then
地的机
there's
制，
the
就等待博士
kind
们
of
自行
area
探
of
索。
effect attack.
总
Okay.
而言之啊，雨燕安吉丽娜的二技能兼具多方面的优势，像是生存性能、长时间控制、短周期高爆发打多，相信会在战斗中为博士们提供不错的帮助。
没错，接下来再看三技能翻成的心事。
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting how the
雨燕安
different
吉丽娜持续
yeah, how like the different presenters are just shown as a box with an image on it with ski goggles. You got ski goggles on a box with a hat.
起
And
飞
then I think the other
能
one
够
was
掌
like
控大范围
it
的
looked
空
like a
中
heart monitor
同时
with
它还
ski
会获得
goggles
高
on
额
a
的对空
box.
庇护，并能让攻击范围内的飞行敌人持续减速。对空庇护
I
是一种
assume
新的
there's a
减
reason
伤
for
能
that,
力，能
but
使得干
I
员
have
受
the
到飞
slightest
行敌
idea
人
what that
及其
would
子
be.
弹的伤害降低，很好的应对像是帝国炮火先兆者这样的高
And
危
I
飞行
only
敌
I
人。
don't think I
再结合
noticed it
巡
last
空者本
time,
身能够起飞并规避地面敌人攻击的特性，
but
雨燕安吉丽娜能在非常安逸的环境中进行输出。
三技能期间，如果有飞行敌人出现，雨燕安吉丽娜还会飞向敌人所在位
and
置
the
进
attacks
行
are
阻挡，
very
再
interesting to
配合自
see.
身高质量的输出和减伤，以及第二天赋带来的回血效果，能够具备非常强的截杀能力。
Very
三技能
interesting
期间，雨
attacks.
燕安吉丽娜自身周围8格也被视作自身攻击范围，因此她飞行到其他区域时，也能在原本范围的基础上进一步扩展攻击范围。
而且三技能是弹药类技能，因此
Yeah.
只要弹药没有耗尽，雨燕安吉丽娜
Very
就能持
interesting.
续保持起飞，规避大部分敌方的攻击。
那么现在我们通过录屏一起来看看雨燕安吉丽娜的实战表现吧。
Alright.
先来到 H9-6，上路不断出现折射敌人，
yeah.
还有很多身持飞行大队队长。
这时候就轮到雨燕安吉丽娜的二技能出场了。
开启技能滑翔起飞，不仅敌人被我们长时间控制住，而且雨燕安吉丽娜也
Third
能顶着。
skill is her flying where enemies are in an extended range and then attacking enemies around her. So it's a very wide-reaching skill. Okay. Yeah, that was about what I was seeing there.
折射带来的高法抗将敌人尽速
Honestly,
击杀。
没错，即便这关的手线和对空压
When
力
they
较大，
show this, I
雨燕安吉
imagine
丽娜
that if you're
也能
used
从
to
容应对。
playing it, you're probably a bit
再
better
来
at
对战
blocking
物理
out
拮抗
the
者，一个比较特殊的飞
unnecessary
行
details
常规情况下，它需要很多
that you
对
don't
空
need
战
to
员来处理。
necessarily pay attention
但
to.
雨燕安吉丽娜可以用二
But
技
there
能
is
将飞行敌
so
人伏
much
地
that's
暴露
happening
在
on
地面干员的
screen
攻势
that
中。
it is very much
怒
just
潮凛冬的大锤铮铮落下，敌人被轻松解决。
there is a lot of shit
再来
happening
看
on
看三技能
screen.
的表现，我们来到众生行迹
I
的
very
S 关
I have a hard
关
time
卡前半
noticing
段的
what
敌
the
人已经被雨燕
main
安吉
thing
丽
is
娜
that they're
吸收
trying
处
to
理。
show.
现在大量高威胁单位袭来，情况十分危急。
开启三技能，雨燕安吉丽娜立刻起飞，
I think I
有了
can
高额的对空庇
roughly
护，
figure it
先兆
out
者
and
的炮
see
火
like
根本
the
不值
them
一提。
showing the
好大的攻击
skill
范围
in，
这个范围的
use
形状是不是很熟悉呢？
是啊，
It's
而
like
且
they're
由
showing
于
the
技能
skills
效果，
in
雨
use.
燕
It's
安吉丽娜的
just
攻击范围还会随着飞行位置而切
喂
换。
三技能期间，雨
That
燕
is a
安吉丽娜自身周围
really
8格也被视作攻
wide
击范围。
range for that
飞行到地图左边、下边时，
for that
它的攻击
skill
范围也跟着拓展了。
由于三技能是弹药类技能，即使攻击范围内没有敌
Okay,
人，
so there's a
雨燕安吉丽
range
娜也可以充
between
分利用飞行姿态的生存
which
性能，
okay,
同时不会浪费
so
输
that
出
makes
时间。
sense.
下面再来认识一下我们的新朋友山比。个子小小的山比有一只大大的背包，背包不仅装着他远行四方、走遍大地的梦想，也是与他并肩作战的好搭档。它能作为盾牌使用，在不同的地形环境中保护山比和他的
Defender,
伙伴。
primal
山比
protector.
是重装中的本源铁卫，能够阻挡3个敌人，还可以造成元素损伤。天赋1：探险理论，山比受到的元素损伤会降低一定比例。当山比对目标造成物理伤害时，会附带攻击力一定比例的侵蚀损伤。如果目标正在侵蚀损伤爆发期间，则会使侵蚀损伤的冷却缩短。
天赋2：坚硬脚板，所有受到过来自山比伤害的敌人，当他们的侵蚀损伤爆发时，就会让山比获得一定的屏障和能力提升，获得的加成有一定上限。
配合技能的效果，2个天赋将能够大幅提高山比的生存能力。
Like a
那么我们就接着来看技
see-through
能吧。
hem
一技能还不走，
to that cloak
山
like
比的攻击
thing.
力和防御力提
Very
升，
interesting.
能够同时攻击并推动所有阻挡的敌人。
Okay, and there's the show of the
慢慢走。
attacks.
除了提升攻击力和防御力以外，
Okay,
山
so
比
there's
还
a
能向前
kind of
方的地面喷
slowdown
洒占据
area
4格的强力胶，
that also does
每隔一定
damage.
时间对敌人造成物理伤害和停顿效果。
当然啦，强力胶的物理伤害也能够触发山比的第一天赋，造成侵蚀损伤。
Kind of
而其他干员
slowdown
对强力
and
胶范围内的敌人造
damage.
成物理伤害时，也会附带上山比攻击力一定比例的侵蚀损伤。
Okay.
3技能不准走，山比同时攻击所有阻挡的敌人，阻挡数、攻击力和防御力都会得到提升，而且山比的盾牌
Okay,
将
and
会
that's
变
sort
形
of
展开，
a
化为一条向前
a
延伸
pull
4格的
to
便携传
the
送带，
character.
将敌人
That's
运送
a,
到自己面前。
that can probably
具
be a
体说来，
very
基
useful
于一定重
skill
量的未被阻挡的敌人，踩在便
to be
携
able to
传送带上时，
direct an
将会
enemy's
以一定速度
pathing.
向山比传送。同时，每隔一段时间受到物
No,
理
that
伤
can be
害
a。very
另外
useful，
敌人侵蚀损
conveyor
伤爆
belt.
发时，
Yeah.
防御力也会额外降低数点。
有意思，看来山比不仅能够有效地对敌人施加侵蚀损伤，提升自己的生存性能，
Pull
还拥有一
enemies
些控制敌人
to
的
an
特殊手
area
段。
can
下面
probably
我
be
们一起走
very
进战
useful
场，
for
看一
other
下山比的实战表
characters.
现吧。
I know there's a lot of synergy that can
这
work
是
with
15
章
章中的一个高难关，关卡内的狭长地
I
形
don't know how
可
many
以
of these
充分发挥
maps
山比2技能慢慢走的优势。
like
开启
this.
技能后，强力胶被挤成了一条直线，其中的敌人
Could be
将会受到持续的物
Probably
理
a
伤
bit
害
more of
和
a
侵蚀损伤。
situational event,
持续的物理伤
but
害会高频触发山比的第一天赋，使敌人
unless
侵
the
蚀损伤
conveyor
爆
belt
发的冷却
also
时间
works
快
going
速缩减。
above and
还可以
below
使用像空前这样的高频物理攻击干员来
on
配
the
合山
ridges
比，
and the
他的每
lower
次攻击
parts.
也会
but
为强力胶范围内的敌人叠加侵蚀损伤。
Yeah, that kind of slowdown
现在
effect
我们来
can
到了
be
叙拉
quite
古
pretty
狂欢节的
useful.
关卡火花进行曲，看到场上的坑洞了吗？轮到山比的3技能不准走大显身手了。
山比的便携传送带拥有非常长的持续时间，
Ah,
只要敌人的重量在阈值以内，
Okay, so
山比
like
就可以越过坑
drop
洞，把敌
effects
人连续
aren't
不断的
dealt
传
with
送入
by
坑。
that
没错
conveyor，
他们
belt.
都是自杀的。
That's very
我
interesting.
们再来和雨渊安杰丽娜一起对战扎罗狼之主。
狼之主虽然试图向右移动，但还是山比的便携传送带速度更快，敌人被倒着拉回了山比身边。
3技能还提供了减防效果，并且兼顾生存和输出。
山比还能通过攻击和传送带的物理伤害，更频繁地触发侵蚀损伤爆发。
每一次侵
Yeah.
蚀损伤爆发
The
都会
fact
让
that you
敌人的
can
防
pull
御
a
力降低，
character into
而山比
a
就可以通过天赋2获得越来越
I
多的
assume
屏
that
障
the
和能力
character
提
has high
升，
defense,
使
and
生存能
so
力变得更
the
强。
ability to more or less
在与安杰
pull
丽娜一同旅行的
enemies
途
to
中
a，
安
spot
杰丽娜不仅会尽职尽责地完成
can
信使
be
的工作，
probably
同时也
very
会协
good
助
at
我们应对路途中的危险。
working out.
一边送信一边帮助我
Probably
们
very
战斗吗？
impressive.
真好奇他是怎么做到的。我
Alright.
们一起来看看吧。看，信使安杰丽娜已经出现在了战斗场地中，
Alright.
她的攻击会使敌人浮空，敌人落地后还会继续受到一段时间的停顿。
信使安杰丽娜还为我方干员提供了增益，
Okay, and I
使我
assume
们
this
的
is
干
going
员
to be
恢
the
复记
kind
忆
of
并在一定时间
the
内提高攻
range
速。
有安杰丽娜小姐在，我们的
the
战斗
range
变得更轻
skill
松
of
了。
the
补空
character
信
being
件
able
出
to
现
attack
了，
from
现在
different
信使安杰丽
positions.
娜要去收集信件，并投递
I
到
think-
邮箱中。送
Alright.
信之余，他依然会抽空帮助我们战斗。
在信使安杰丽娜附近部署干员，为她加油，让她飞得更快吧。
That's
我们还可以通过攻击信件，把信件送
okay.
到
So
离邮
that's
箱
the
更近的
character
地
they
方
were，showing
这样信使
off.
安吉丽娜也不用跑得那么远了。
I think.
看，邮箱马上就要投满
Oh
了，
wait, no,
到
I
时
don't
会
think
发
that
生什么
character's
呢？
been...
哦，周围所有敌人
Has
都
that
被
character
长时间
pulled
伏
onto
击了，
the...
博士们可以在这段时间内放心输出
I。don't think it
而且
has.
邮箱每投满一次，信使安杰丽娜对我方的增益和敌方的减益效果也都会变得更强。哎，这个关卡里有一些很特别的洞口啊，它们有什么作用呢？
There's an event
你别急，
gimmick.
等一会儿你就知道了。
嗯，敌人
Uh,
从这儿消失了，
provide support. Okay,
又
so this
又
is
从另一
a
个洞口出现了。
one of the
没
gimmick
错，
bits.
这就是雷普比
Okay.
托的兔子洞。从入口进去的敌人会在四通八达的兔子洞中绕来绕去，再随机从某个出口出来。
这可有点难对付。
Okay.
别怕，我们可以部署干员守住一些出口，这样敌人
Okay.
就不会从这里出现了。
So this is
不错
the
嘛，
gimmick
还有这样的
piece.
战术。
Okay.
话说这仅剩的出口四周似乎都是深渊啊！
哎，是啊，那些地面敌人已经无处可逃了。接下来只要让欢乐校车也坠落到地面上，问题就迎刃而解了。
Okay.
盛夏之时，时装商店也上架了多款新装，欢迎博士前来为
Alright,
心仪的干
new
员选购新衣。
outfits.
0011子品牌标系列推出了展叶星
Oh, yeah,
辰
I
的新
think
时装，一闪
That was
即
shown off as a new outfit in one of the other things that I have seen.
时代系列则上架了3款新装，
Okay,
分别
yeah,
是
I've
纯净
seen,
艾
I
尔法拉
recognize
的时装，
these
后来的故事。
elements from one of the other videos.
地比的时装清新布景，还有齐良的时装清闲快照。
其中展叶星雄和纯净艾雅法拉的时装，同时也是动态时装。纯净艾雅法拉的时装不仅含有动态形象，还有入场动画和时装专属语音。
Kept that in my mind as much.
结局吗？我还没有想好。这个童话的结尾，交由明晚的我们继续想象吧。ダメです。こんなに早く寝たくないです。3人一緒なんてめったにいないんですから。小さい時みたいにみんなでお話をしませんか？私、一つ用意してきたんです。2つのあったかい火山雲のお話です。
Interesting. A nice little animated
深夜
bit.
的都市街头，传闻中的轻轨现出真容，符纸钉满靴甲，长刀燃起蓝焰。你会是他的下一个对手吗？
Those are like little robot dogs or whatever.
在车辙雨峰的归所限定寻访开启期间，博士首次登录即可领取一张10连限定寻访凭证，每日登录还可以免费参与一次限定寻访，累计一共14次。还有0号公路许愿墙，每天登录就可以来免费抽取合成玉，博士们记得来试手气哦。
本次限定寻访中，累计寻访300次即可额外领取一次当期限定干员雨愿安杰丽娜。从本期限定寻访开始，在商店中兑换干员百炼加维尔所需的寻访数据契约数量将从300降低到200。从2026年感谢庆典限定寻访开始，兑换缄默德克萨斯所需的寻访数据契约数量也会从300降至200。
8月1日版本更新后，雨愿安杰丽娜也会为博士们送上来自雨愿安杰丽娜的快件。博士们打开邮件就能领取神秘动物的口袋，礼物可以收藏，也可以用它换取3万龙门币。雷姆毕拓的故事就先说到这儿，接下来咱们是不是该去看看他们说的那场特别的巡展了？
I don't recognize there being the characters as boxes before. So, oh, okay, is this a regular music bit? I know some of the times they actually have like a video that goes along with the music. That does seem to get, get copyright a bit more frequently, but this looks to be just one of the other types of things, which is good. The ones where it's just like a music video itself tends to get copyright done and have to be muted. Which is unfortunate, but yeah, this is just one of the standard kind of new stuff videos. So, alright then. Exhibition.
之前就听说过有一场名为“奇象巡展”的趣味生活展览，会在泰拉各地不定期举办，展示各个城市独具特色的休闲生活。
Okay.
这次的巡展是在哪里呢？
让我看看。
Okay.
是美丽的新西斯塔，而且这里还有一场
模拟生物数据对决游戏。
没错，这便是本次巡展的主题活动了。我们可以寻找新西斯塔周边的奇象生物，还能利用储存下的生物数据，在展会广场上与其他博士展开对决。详细的待会儿再说，我们先一起去广场上看看吧。
广场还不小嘛，感觉可以容纳不少人。
博士们可以通过匹配进入一个最多容纳30人的主广场。当然，如果想要独处或者想和好友一起游玩的话，也可以创建个人分会场。
原来如此，那在巡展分会场里，
Is this sort of a is this a sort of movement thing that's already in the game, or is this showing off a new, entirely new element for the game? Or were there other bits where you kind of have this sort of orthographic view,
奇象寻迹、
or
奇
kind
象
of
拟合，还有巡展
semi-side-on
你想先试试哪个？
view?
那就从奇象
Kind
寻
of
迹开始吧。
orthographics.
好
a little higher up.
顾名思义，我们要去野外抓，不对，是寻找奇象生物，然后把它们的生物数据扫描并收录到我们的数据仪中。现在就出发吧。从广场上的指示牌处出发，就可以前往新西斯塔周边的野外区域寻找奇象生物了。
All right.
哦，现在到了密林外沿，这里已经检测到了奇象生物的活动。
Hold on, update minigame. A new thing made possible thanks to the PC client. Okay. So this is a kind of a
在深溪区域中多走
extra
动，就有机
thing.
会遇到
Okay.
潜
So
藏的
this is
奇象
new.
生物了。
出现了，现在该拿出我的生物扫描仪了。
选择合适的干员开始寻迹。
I said this is capable due to the PC
战胜
client.
奇象生物之后，就能用扫描仪收录它们的数据了。这些奇象生物有着不同的属性和珍奇度，而且遇到的每只生物都可能属于不同的变种，让我们的收集之路充满了惊喜。
相信我的干员们一定能够帮我顺利完成这次寻迹。
Alright. I think I'm starting to understand how the
已录入数据库，看来成功了。
how the
不
fights
得
are
不说，
done,
还
which
挺有
is
成就
nice
感。
to realize. Like, okay, the red is where enemies come from, blues I assume are
另
where
外，我
enemies
们也
are
可以使
going.
用特制的诱引剂
And where you
和
have to
信息素，
defend.
提升遇到特
Makes
定生物的
sense.
概率，甚至直接引诱它们出现，以供我们进行扫描。更多策略就留待博士们自行探索啦。
And I assume that these are
话说，你刚刚收集
sort
到了
of
花冠
boosts
园丁的
for
数
the
据，
fights and
真好，
such.
我也想要。
哎，正好你也有我想要的奥数蓉蓉，不如我们来交换一下吧。
I
好啊，
assume that's like
我这
the
就设置好我的
capture
交换需
stuff
求，然后把它挂出去。
that you were talking about, like the
好，
pal
我
world
看到
part
了
of，that.
现在就
Okay.
发出交换请求，你看看收到了没有？
哦，收到你的请求了。点击确认交换。好耶，我也有花冠园丁了。
Huh. Kind of cool.
马上开启它的投影，带它一起闲逛。带着一只稀有生物走在广场上，回头率肯定很高。
我们现在就去主广场的奇象拟合专区，让你收集的各种奇象生物发挥实力，展开对决。你既可以挑战工作人员，也可以使用主广场的对决终端向其他玩家发起对决邀请。对决之前，也别忘了确认自己收集到的生物数据的各种特点哦。
是的，奇象生物分为奇数、
Okay, and
百
then you
变
select
三种
like
属
your
性，互相之
creatures,
间
and
存在
then
克制
you
关系。
每只奇象生物的独
battle,
特
I
变
assume
种，也会
against
让它
other
们在对决时
players,
产生表现差异。
and
另
maybe
外，
also
编队的
somewhat
珍奇
against
度上限为
other
7。
things.
进入战斗后
Okay.，
我看到了对方携带的生物数据属性和珍奇度总星级，看来可以推测一下对方会在这一轮上场什么生物，针对性的制定策略。
配置好数据后，他们就会开始自动战斗了。会是谁的胜利呢？
Okay. And there's sort of a interesting.
不错，我赢了。
Okay. Relatively interesting sort of
获胜就能取得
fight
展会兑
system.
换
That's
券，
kinda
用来
cool.
购买更多对探索和收集有帮助的道具。
除了这种
welcome
一局
any
定胜
new
负的
viewers
快速
who might
对
have
决模
just
式以
joined
外，
in. We're
奇象
doing
拟合还
a
提供3局
reaction
2胜
toward
模
the
式，
end of a
以及
stream.
4人大乱
So
斗模式。
3局
stick
2
around if
胜
you
模
want
式，
to see me
它将
react
更
to
加考验
stuff,
大家排兵布阵能力以及对克制
or
关系的理
maybe
解。
even
那
suggest
么
some
4人
things for
混
me
战
to
就不用
react
多
to
说了，
yourself.
跟好友们直接来一场激烈的大战吧。
对决玩的差不多了，不如我们再去最后一个展区看看。
Right
巡
now
展
we're
像
reacting
素
to Arknight
难道
stuff.
是画像素画的地方？
哎，你很懂嘛？打开巡展数据仪中的画像册，使用
Oh
绘制
yeah,
仪
like a paint by
创造
number
独属于
thing.
自己的作品吧。
24×24的画板，就交由博士们尽情的自由创作了。
作品通过审核后，就可以设置在展会中进行展示，让所有人都能看到你的大作。
但如果不太擅长画画，可又想收集到漂亮的画像，
没关系，这种时候就大胆的和其他的博士交流吧。如果在广场上遇到了喜欢的作品，可以将其他博士展出的画像收集到你的画像收藏中。
听起来就像在收集与分发物料一样。感谢各位大厨博士。
另外，与特定的工作人员进行娱乐对决，还能够获得由展会官方制作的画像，同样很有收藏价值哦。
博士们收集到的所有画像，无论是自己的创作、来自其他博士的赠予，还是战胜展会工作人员后获得的纪念画像，都可以收录在你的展会纪念册中。
也可以在对应的活动网页中成立摊位，查看与展示自己创作收藏的宣传画像。还能下载其他博士分享出的画像图纸，方便大家将创意化作实体。
非常期待啊！各位博士想要创作出怎样的画像呢？
在游览展会的过程中，博士们还能获得一份特殊的礼物——斜率的珊瑚海岸系列时装悠然假日 HD91。
本次巡展将横跨整个夏日嘉年华版本。巡展开放一段时间后，一部分非常稀有的奇象生物的出现概率还会提升。另外，也会新增专门用于诱引亚种生物的道具，进一步助力博士们收集想要的生物数据。
生物扫描仪和绘制仪我都已经准备好啦，就等着与博士们在新西斯塔相见了。
说到新西斯塔，我又想起了一位蓬松柔美的老朋友，
原来是多利先生。从图上看来，我们好像要和多利先生玩一场游戏。
是啊。调皮的多利先生竟然将编队中的干员和场上的敌人都包进云团，玩起了游戏。也不知道每个云团里包裹的到底是我们的伙伴，还是捣乱的敌人。
那就部署一位烛影先锋干员，吹散云团，开始游戏吧。是敌是友，先走出云团看看。
也是在战斗中开上盲盒了，但愿我能有个好手气。
也不是全靠运气的。在云团被吹散前，就会有关于其中内容的提示，博士们可以随时切换想要吹动的云朵。
有胆量的话，还可以直接发动多利大风暴，直接吹散全部云团。
各位博士会选择怎样的策略呢？无论答案如何，都别忘了前来烛影集聚，和多利先生一起享受这段游戏时光。
不久之后，矢量突破的第3赛季拟生态也即将与各位博士见面。
之前来自 Magnus 和 Misery 的试炼。实在是让我印象深刻啊！
医疗干员 Touch 的作战模型将会为我们带来新一轮考验。
在关卡中 ，Touch 将会利用自己的原始记忆，召唤特殊敌人，并对干员们造成狂躁损伤。
合理调配不同干员的技能，并善用战备补给，或许就是突破考验的关键。
话说，不知道博士们还记得可露希尔的视像博物馆吗？
收藏了好多经典游戏的那个？
没错。最近，可露希尔又对视像博物馆里面的游戏做了升级改造，打算再次向博士们开放游玩。
在此前版本的基础上，视像博物馆内的游戏项目也进行了一些优化迭代，希望能够带给博士们更加轻松休闲的游戏感受。
而且，博物馆里还会加入全新的游戏项目，解锁更多别样玩法。
名人堂发廊也能在游玩过程中更高效的获取，助力博士们轻松愉快的冲击更高得分。
希望这些优化和新增内容能让博士们在视像博物馆中玩得更尽兴，收获更多乐趣。
随着探索，我们逐渐知晓了黑流树海的秘密。但人不为人知的是，这片暗流之中还埋藏着数百年前的沉痛历史。
集成战略，沉沦者的黑流树海将在不久之后迎来第1次内容拓展。为博士们呈现一个全新的结局故事。
神秘的石板将指引通往旧日帝国的道路，我们将跟随探险家们踏上一条小径，见证黑流树海中某个古老文明的崛起和衰落。
本次内容拓展还将带来新的分队、生命游戏节点、收藏品、零件以及新的事件与战斗节点。
期待博士们再度踏上探索之路，洞悉黑流树海中更多的真相。
接下来几个月里，我们将继续为大家带来一系列的优化内容。
随着理智上限的不断扩充，连续代理指挥的最高倍数也进行了提升。等到新版本开启后，最高倍数就会从6提升到10。另外，倍数选择的操作方式也将同步调整。
在后续版本中，也会有多项优化逐渐落地。首先，仓库功能将会升级，新增特别纪念页签，剧情中获得的道具将会在这里进行收录。博士一路走来的故事印记都会被永久珍藏，同时还会新增仓库锁定功能，部分具有特别意义的常驻物品将可以存入保险库中，得到妥善的保管。
另外， 罗德岛的基建也将再次迎来扩建。
Oh, there's a
这
new
次我们将
facility.
在 B4楼层增设2间新的活动
Alright.
室，供干员们休息娱乐。
So
同
it's
时，
what,
一种
roads,
全新的功能设施
island?
回收站
I assume
也
it's
将投入
infrastructure
使用。
complex.
博士们可以利用回收站
Yep,
产出各种养成
infrastructure
所需材料，
complex. All right.
产出过程是自动进行的，而且无需消耗任何原料。
It's an interesting thing.
看来罗德岛的科技水平又有所提高啊，可以实现材料的全自动铸造了。
没错，博士也可以派遣最多2名干员进驻回收站，加速材料转化。当然，干员们也会拥有回收站相关的基建技能。
回收站升至3级后，还可以解锁材料重组研究功能，将不需要的材料投入回收站，
Okay.
就能进一步提升转化效率。
看来有了回收站以后，不仅材料的获取途径增加
More
了，一些
bonuses
多余的
than
素材
what
也能
is
够得到重新利用。
what was
那我就好
assumed
好
they
期待回收
do.
站正式投入使用的那天了。
对于
I don't quite
好友
know.
系统，我们也进一步做了优化，好友上限将会从
I'm gonna get to
125
work
提
based
升
on
到
a visual,
150。
so
另外
Okay.
我们还在添加好
there's
友
some
页
sort
面
of
新增了
level
扫
up
码加
to,
好
I
友功
assume,
能。
is that maybe a
博士们可以
friend
生成自己
system
的二
cap
维码
or，something?
也可以通过扫码添加其他博士为好友。
And
无论
then
是线上的
that
分享
is,
还
I
是
think, a
线下的交
scan
流，
for
都
stuff.
能更便捷地与其他博士建立联系
That
了。
looks like a QR
以上优
code.
化内容中，连续代理优化和好友上限提升将在夏日嘉年华版本开启后即刻生效，剩下几项优化将会在未来版本
A
中陆
scan
续
for
生效。
a QR
除
code.
此以
Or
外，
I
也欢
assume
迎
it's
博士
maybe
们继
scanning
续
a
给我们提出
barcode.
更多宝贵
marker
意见，我们会持续关注大家的反馈，努力为大家带去更好的游玩体验。
说完了优化，我们再来看看今后的版本中还有怎样的故事在等待着大家吧。
Okay.
说起来，拉特兰最近出现了一种神秘的现象，到了深夜，街道总会笼罩在诡异的
No
氛
idea
围，
what's going on,
还有
but
诡异的怪物四处游荡。
怪物吗？
Alright.
那公证所怎么说？要出动了吗？
有个小问题，拉特兰人好像看不见这些怪物，只有一所学校里的几位转学生才能察觉怪物的存在。
哦，难道说他们具备拉特兰居民所没有
The
的某种
visual
特殊能力？
representation
没
of
错，
I
他
assume
们
these
确
are
实
two
身负特殊的
developers
能力，能通过特殊的召唤器将另一个
or
自己
public
实体化，
relations
并肩作
peoples.
战。
It's a
等等
very
我怎么
odd,
越听越觉得有点熟悉。这些转学生难道是来
very
自？
odd.
没错，这几位转学
Visual
生并非泰拉著名，他们来自
I assume it makes
月光
sense
管学院。
in some capacity, but I just have no idea. Okay, what is this? Okay. I'm gonna assume this is some sort of mystery, Oh wait, is this a... Okay. So it's Persona 3 Reload and
博士们
Arknights.
欢迎回来。刚刚2位老师的情报整理工作
OK
已经圆满完成，可以畅享胡萝卜披
Speaking
萨
of。Persona, I do
接
want
下
to
来
play
就交给
Persona
我们
5
俩了
at some
正如
point.
大家看到的，《明日方舟》即将和
Yeah, that is one of
异
those
路3
games that's
Reload
just
展
on
开
the
联动
list，for
为大家
whenever
带
I
来
do
全新的
finally
side
get to
story。
it.
坦白说啊，今年的
But it's
联动
just-
排期和宣发确实受到了
It's
一
gonna
些
take
特殊
so
因素
long
影
to
响
get。through the
但无
game.
论原因如何，我们都明白，良好的版本节奏
I
为
think
博
the
士们
person
留
I
出更
watched
充足的
play
准
it,
备时间，本应是我
it
们
was
努力
about
为大家保存的
170
体验。
hours to
在
get
后续的
through.
版本规划和联动安排
And
上
I
呢，
don't know
我
if
们也
that
会尽最大的
included
可能合理的安排节奏，让大家能够安心
Yeah,
的
and I
迎接
don't know
联
if
动，
that had
少一些顾虑，有一
included
些快乐。
希望每一次联动
the
都能以值得期待的方式
royal
和大家见面。
like
另一方面，我
after
们也想要通过一些实际的
main
宣传补偿，
story
减轻博士
elements.
们在这次联动中的抽取压力。
Oof.
除了延续之前的20次赠送寻访系统之外呢，针对这次特殊情况，我们还会在《女神异闻录3 Reload
I'm》gonna
联动寻
assume
访开始的前
maybe
10
what
天，
is there
每天
maybe
向博士们的邮箱内
Persona
发送一张
3
1本满
characters
月
that might
寻访凭
be
证，共计10张。希望这样能够帮助博士们更加轻松的获取联动干员，更加从容的迎接这次特别的
based
相遇。
outfits
除
or
了寻访
something.
干员以外呢，也会有一位
Or
特
is
别
this
的朋
just
友
gonna
作为
be
赠
sort
送
of
干员
a
加入博士们的队
Honestly, I
伍。
don't know what it would be
哦，
else.
是我们的伙伴虎狼丸。
没
Okay,
错，虎狼丸将会成为博士们战斗中的好帮手。
不知道
That's-
来自月光馆学院的新伙伴们又会与泰拉的人们创造出怎样的故事呢？更多联动详情，还请
That's
博士们
supposed to
保持期
be-
待。
明日方舟也将携手中国国
Couldn't
家图
tell
书
what
馆，
whether it's
为
supposed to
大
be
家带
a
来一系列联动内容。
like a
相关合作内
dog
容
or
正
a
在筹备当中，
fox.
将于后续
I think
正
it's
式
a
公开，
dog.
各位博士们敬请期待。
Like a dog with
今年夏
a
天确实有很多值得期待的事情，
yeah. I
不
think it was
过
a
我还是
dog
有点
with
担
a
心， 能不能
knife
再
in
来一
its
位
mouth.
干员朋友陪我一起度过夏
Rather
天呢？
interesting.
看起来你是想念那个了。
I don't know a
对，就是
lot
那
about
个
any of the other Persona
没
games
错，
besides
是
Persona
我们的
5.
夏日嘉年华特别活动。只
So
要在活动时间内登录，就能够领取一张
I'm
高
not
级调
entirely
研
certain
活动
what
调研凭证。
a
博士
dog
们
with
可以
a
用
blade
这张
in
凭
its
证
mouth.
从山、
How
峰顶、
that
飞
correlates
亚美
to
塔、
Persona,
夜
but
莺4名干员中选择1名进行招募。
不仅如此，我们还
Is
会
that
为
like
博
a
士们送上头
character
像
or
酸橙记
something?
忆，纪念与安吉丽娜一起度过的酸橙一
Yeah, I
般
don't
的
know.
夏日时光。
而且啊，协议特级系统也准备了全新页面、
Does
清
all the
爽节拍，
Personas have like
还有
a
4张贴纸。
animalesque
只要在活动时间内
character
登录，
that
就
they
能拿到
have?
这
And
些奖励
Persona
了。
5has
在新版
Morgana
本
the
中
cat.
我们也对行义特级系统进行了
Is
一
that
些体验
Persona
调优，
3's?
让博士们能够更加方便
I
地
don't know.
进行创作。行义特级系统上线以来，我们见证了
Alright.
博士们的无限创意，也期待今后能够欣赏到博士们的更多优秀作品。
带上新的干员伙伴，换上新头像与新的特级页面，去进行享受
What?
这个夏日
The
吧。
Summer Carnival?
哎，对了，
I don't
记不记
know.
得我们曾经有一个玩法，干员们凭借彼此的羁绊打出大量伤害，场上时而炎龙游动，时而寒风呼啸，时而
Oh yeah.
你就直说那4个字吧。
哎位数协议，我想你了。
后续版本中啊，位数协议将会以赛季化开启，并在今年晚些时候啊，正式迎来第1赛季位数协议归城，你的位终将归来。
此前的位数协议活动中，
Okay.
博士们展现出的热情与支持，让我们备受鼓舞。也再次感谢大家对于
Not
位
entirely
数协议
positive
的
what's
喜
going
爱。
on.
为了让大家在每次位数协议
Well, what I'm
里
looking
都
at.
能体会到不同的新鲜感，感受别样
There's
乐
definitely a
趣，
problem
我们
that
正
I
在
have
全力
quite
以赴
often
地
with
开发新一期内容，
with
届时将会给
Arknights.
博士们带来新的谋
There's a
略
lot
和
of
新的
times
体
in
验，
there,
还请博士们
in
再
their
耐心
visuals
等待一
where
段时间。
打磨
I
新
feel
内
like
容
so
同时
much
啊，我们
happens
还
in
针
certain
对现有的
areas
体
that I
验进行
don't
了
know
很多
what
优
I'm
化，
looking
希
at.
望能让博士们的游玩过程更加顺畅。
在 PC 端，我们也做了一些特殊的优化，比如说，博士们使用 PC 端游玩新
There's
一期
definitely
位
like
数
the
协议时，
separation between like
即
the
使在
foreground,
作战阶段
background,
也
and
可以去查看其他队友的战况了
midground.。
更
But
多新鲜内容仍在筹备当中，留待后续
they
与
sort
博
of
士们
have
分享。
seemingly the difficulty
关
of
于《明日
making
方舟》
sure that
PC 端的体验，我们也在持续优化之中。
things are
未来版本中，
immediate
我们将在 PC
recognizable.
端上线截图功
At
能，
least for some
帮
of
助
the
博士们
things.
快速留存精彩瞬间。另外
Some of the
，PC 端
characters
和
aren't as
移动端的
difficult,
登录页
but some of
面
their
都会增加游戏设置按钮。进入游戏前，博士们就可
hardcore
以调
characters
整
can
音
be
量大小
a
等
bit
设置
more.
PC 端也可以调整游戏分辨率。
But alright, I think I was showcasing some of
听说
the
雷姆必拓啊有家快递
details
站
of
遭遇了天
PC
灾，
specific
不少包
new
裹的外
stuff.
包装啊都损毁了。那幸好有安吉丽娜在，心灵手巧的她将会帮助快递站重新打包。
网页活动信使的工作现已开启，欢迎博士协助安吉丽娜整理包裹，将满载心意的物品重新打包完整。参与活动就有机会获得实物周边等丰厚奖励。更多活动详情，请关注《明日方舟》自媒体相关动态。
同时，森空岛也开启了信使速递活动，利用安吉丽娜的反重力原始记忆，巧妙的躲避障碍，向着更远的前方飞行吧。那参与活动啊，还有机会获得合成玉 Dance 2和丰厚的周边奖励哦。
随着黑流树海向各位博士开放，森空岛的集成战略战绩查询功能也会迎来更新。
I have
现在
no
可
idea
以
what's
查看
going
同者
on.
的黑流树海
What
的
it
作
is
战
that
记
I'm
录了。
looking
对
at?
博士的探索成果如何呢？欢迎前来分享你的高光时刻。
I'm gonna assume that
那么到这
that's
里，
maybe
本次的
another
夏日嘉年华
like
特别通讯就
collaborative
要告一段落了。
我已经等不及嘉年华了，是该去
really
雷
have a
姆
hard
比
time
特零号公
identifying
路，
it.
还
Oh,
是新西斯塔的奇象群展呢？
who's
成
speaking
熟
has
博士的答案自
changed.
然是两个都要
It's。no longer the
也
guy
祝
with
愿
like
各
the
位博
hat
士，
and the
无
other
论是在
thing.
暖
It's
风拂面的辽阔荒野，还是在晴空
Is
之
that
下的
supposed to be
度
some
假
sort of
海
like
滨，都能邂逅属于自己
tablet,
的夏
like
日风
drawing
景。
tablet kind
感
of
谢博士
thing,
们收看本次通讯，也期待
and
与
a
博士们的下一次
keyboard
相会。
going into a
我们
chocolate
下
bar.
次再见，拜拜。
Okay. And then, whatever this last piece is. Interesting.
Soaring through the city again today. I get to see you smoking. Feeling the world could take its place. Calling through the gentle breeze, resting in the sun.
seems interesting. Alright. Interesting. Here's what there I do find a bit exciting is that if I'm focused on the visuals, I'm not nearly as focused on listening to what gets like. I'm more listening then to the vibe of the song. When I'm paying attention to the lyrics, I have no idea on the video. That's one problem that I ended up having with other things. Seeing plushes in the water just those are odd. I don't like seeing plushes in water. That annoys me. Alright. It was a very interesting bit with like the using different like stuffed toys or other like toys to more or less like show off other areas. And I assume the different characters might actually have some recognition to why certain characters and certain scenes. I assume all that's something, but I have no idea. I assume there's a bunch of other people, I assume there was something for getting people around the world to take photos with the character in some sort of area. I assume it was something, but yeah, it was interesting. It was very interesting. Unfortunately, she's not gone back for the, for what else he wanted me to react to. And I don't quite know, because I was going to potentially do some, yeah, I was debating doing a, some grand something based on different weapons. Wait, where does Corva video go? Really? Alright then. He had a Groza and a Corva video. Or Curva, I don't know how to say it. But I guess not. Alright. Well, I guess while I try to figure out what I want to actually, what else I want to react to, since I know that Nash had said that there was other stuff that he wanted me to react to, but fortunately he had to drop what he was doing, so yeah. Yeah, I do hope everyone's doing well. Ooh, I have an idea on something I could show off. Let's see, can I find it? It was... Nope. That's not at all what I wanted to look up. Yeah. Let's see. Can I find the... Here it is. Yeah, this was something that someone had made, which I think is really cool, so I'm gonna... Alright. Yeah. But this is something I find really cool. Yeah. This is a, someone had made a video thing, which I think is really cool. This person made a AI video for AI music thing for Leaf It, and Sorry, which is a content creator that I've seen some of their stuff. I've not watched a lot of it, but I have seen some of it, and they're definitely a pretty interesting creator. And yeah, this is something that someone had made. Let me make sure I get the captions. I just think this is really cool and want to show off to everyone else because I think this is cool. This is just some of the most beautiful things that I've seen. Man, these are beautiful visuals. Your skin was smiling a little. Open world a little while. Little adventuring thing. Shadows stretched out too. Yeah, that's Leaf It. Very cool. But you'll remember magic as monsters. Open the thing came out of the same. Still in the blocking units. I don't know why, but, like, there's a very specific thing that I feel when watching, like, videos like this, which is just, like, a strange sense of, huh, this is, it's not quite nostalgic, what is it? It's not quite longing, I'm trying to, I don't quite know what the right way to put it would be. There's a specific feeling I get when watching these sorts of videos, where you end up with just kind of a piece yet a longing for kind of what is shown. It's an odd, weird combination of things. Like, this is just a very beautiful thing that has, like, I don't know quite how to describe it. It's just an interesting sort of feeling of just kind of a, almost at peace, but still with like that longing for things. I don't quite know how to describe it, but it's really cool. I really like, it's an interesting feeling, and just listening to the music in it and the visuals all coming together makes a really interesting sort of thing. I really like it. I think these are really cool. These AI videos can get just some interesting and can cause some, like, they can allow for, and I love this about a lot of the AI music videos, they can allow ideas to become visuals so much quicker. And I really wish that I knew how to do that so I could try so hard to get ideas to visuals, because that's one of those things that I find so difficult. But the other bit is then you have to find the words to use to get the ideas to a visual and how to describe the visual in words. Because one of the problems that I also have is I have grand overarching ideas on cool things that I want to do, but to put those into anything requires a level of understanding of what it is that I'm visualizing and how to describe it. And and what details are to add. Powers the bloom and vanishing the hill, meaning frightening things our hands never came apart. Your fingers tightened, and that was your answer. All footprints behind us, no shadow behind us. Still looked ahead. I think one of the other parts that I found really cool about this was the way that, because Leaflet did a reaction to this, or Leaflet did a reaction to this, and I thought that was really cool because it was like, things like this are always really cool, and I can imagine being being able to have enough of an impact on people that they think to do this for you is such a cool thing. Like, to be able to have that kind of impact to do something like this, I think is really cool. Because, like, someone to make this means that you had enough of an impact on them for them to want to make something almost as giving back to both your community and you as a person. And I think that's cool. I think that kind of idea that, like, yeah, asking you to remember, is that unfair of me? You forget that that's alright, as long as you can smile. At the end of all this, well, you'll remember, I hope, that it was magic. Enough that you forget the monsters ever had names. Asking you to remember, is it unfair? These are really good lyrics. Yeah, these are just really... I don't know. I find the visuals here are just very beautiful. The town with a sunset behind it. It's just all of it together is just at the end of all this, what you'll remember. I hope that it was magic. Enough that you forget the monsters ever had names. Maybe a morning too bright to look at. Sunrise or sunset, magic or monsters, doesn't matter which. They're on now. Yeah, these are really good, just visually, and they're very pleasant to listen to. And I mean, honestly, this is good use of AI, because... Nope, shut up. Okay. Unfortunately, I had to freaking play another thing, but yeah, I think these are the kinds of things that I find just, they're beautiful. They are something so beautiful about this kind of video of just, like, this is the right way to use AI, I think. Even though, could you pay a whole team of people to make this? Yes. But the thing about it is that not everybody has the money to pay people to make shit. Right? I know a whole lot of artists are gonna complain, oh, AI is taking their jobs. Yeah. But so many more people have the ability now to make something beautiful. Because maybe you are a good artist and you can draw, or maybe you know the details that make something beautiful. But maybe you don't have the skills necessary or the time necessary to dedicate to drawing something like this. Because, like, to draw something like this, I can only imagine how long that takes. Especially with these flowers. Like, to be able to draw, you know, let's say even if you only had to draw 2 or 3 layers of flowers, then can kind of copy the rest of them in the background. To draw that, I can only imagine how long that take. Especially with the, like, different levels of detailing, you know, light shining through some of these flower petals. And, like, the lighter elements of the flower petals. And, like, the different, the stalks on the flowers. Like, to draw this, I can only imagine how long that kind of stuff takes. I mean, this is like a 4-minute video. I imagine if you were to draw it by hand, by yourself, I can only imagine it'd probably take, like, months to do. Especially if you have to work on top of it, like, and with this, it might still take you weeks to do. But the difference between months and weeks is some people can do weeks. They can't do months. But, I think I'm gonna quickly head on over to my avatar screen while I go, check something. Let's see. Yeah. 2 back or what? Yeah, I'm just asking Naresh on whether or not he's gonna end up getting back for the other, so I can do the other reactions that I wanted, or whether I should just end the stream. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Alright. And I think I'm gonna quickly take a break while that happens, so I'll just quickly put on the stream start music, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna quickly see if I can't find something else to, yeah, if I can't find something else to react to. Let me pause this. We'll go see if I can't find something else to, I want to react to, let's see. Unfortunately, there's not been too much that I can remember that I'd want to necessarily react to. Unfortunately, I keep watching the stuff that I'd want to react to, and some of the other stuff that I'd want to react to is, yeah. Some of it's a bit of stuff that I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, how's everyone doing anyway? Well, I quickly try to find something. I don't know if Naresh is gonna end up getting back. I think I'll give it like another, like 7 or so minutes to try to find something that's gonna be an interesting thing to react to. Because I guess what I can do is, yeah, there was a bit of, well, I don't know. Let me quickly check something. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Sorry for everybody else. I'm trying to think what I want to react to. Oh, wait a second. I just realized something. Let me quickly do this. All right. I think what we'll do is I'm going to, because I forgot to do this, I have not reacted to some of the clips Naresh had made when I last played, when I last played, Subnautica. So we'll do these clips. Really? Now why did that? Okay. Let's pull that. Okay. Don't understand why this is happening. Okay. Okay, so the one 11 days ago is gonna show up for me. So we'll watch this, then I'll go do what I can to go watch the other one. Where is this fucking bush? Ah. I see. That one was titled, Tundrax Pokemon Professor or, Presidential Assassin. Okay. Where is this fucking bush? Wait a second. Does this automatically give me subtitles? Where is this fucking bush? It did. It automatically gave it subtitles. Okay. Yeah, let me quickly see if I can't get the other let's see if I can't get the other clips from that stream. Let me find it. and then we'll, okay. So we'll have to do it this way. Alright, so this is this clip. Unfortunately, it's not playing in the other version, so we'll just watch it through the dashboard, but this one was clipped by Naresh entitled Captain Ton at 95. Fucking blue tablet? Where the fuck do I find the blue tablets? I see. Yes. Shit. Of course. Of course, that's how that was. And then, the other one clipped, I think, the same stream. That's what she said in the red zone. Okay. My hole is glowing. Okay. Okay. I don't think we also watched the What a Manly Scream Is. I don't think I saw that one either, so we'll watch that one. A reason for him to. Ah, yes. Hi. Ah, yes. The reaction that I have to being pranked. All right. And then I think the other ones I did see because those were back in like May, so I think I did react to those. All right. All right. I think that'll end up doing it for stream today then. Alright. I think that'll end. I don't want that to start repeating. Yeah, unfortunately that'll end up doing it for stream today. It doesn't look like Naresh is gonna get back. I don't really know why that might have been, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to necessarily react to. There's a couple of things that I might have reacted to, but I already watched those videos. So I don't necessarily feel like I could react to them now. So, yeah. I think with that all said and done, I think that'll have to... I think that'll be that all said and done. So, I'd like to say thank you all for coming out and watching. I've been Captain Andraxis, signing off.